Hi everyone, this is Jera from Wannabe Taller team, and today we are with our limb lengthening patient who has been here for 5 months, underwent 2 limb lengthening surgeries, and as a result achieved 12.5 centimeters. So how are you today?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for asking. So you have underwent 2 surgeries in order to achieve 12.5 centimeters. And I want to ask you, how do you feel about your new height? And also, why not just get 1 surgery to achieve the maximum amount and instead go through 2 procedures, 2 lengthening processes and achieve 12 centimeters? Would you like to talk about that?
Yes, that's a great question. Yes, firstly, I feel so happy with the result. I feel so incredibly blessed and thankful that we've achieved 12.5. And the importance of having 2 surgeries instead of 1 surgery was mainly because of proportion. So I wanted to reach more centimeters, but I also wanted to look proportionate. And having 2 surgeries actually helped me achieve that, as opposed to 1 surgery for 10 centimeters or a maximum of 10 centimeters. I tried to reach as much as I can with 2 surgeries safely with 12.5. And I'm very happy with the result because the process was very nice and I was able to achieve it. So I'm incredibly happy about it.
So what was the main proportional problem that made you go through 2 instead of 1?
Oh, great question. Yes. So for me, I know everybody is different, but my body, before the surgery, my femur, everyone's femur is longer than their tibia, but my femur, compared to most what is seen as good proportion, was longer by a bit, but like significant on some level, than the tibia, which would make it look disproportionate if I just lengthened femur, especially if I try to reach max. So I was very kindly recommended by the doctor and yourself that I should consider proportions as well, which is important. And in that way, I'm very happy with that decision, that with that proportion difference, I chose 2 surgeries instead of 1. That's why for me it's the femur.
That's perfect.
Yes.
And at what point you decided that my proportions are not good enough to get just 1 surgery on the femur, achieve the maximum amount, so I should prepare myself for 2 surgeries? How did you reach that point, when you came here for the surgery, or like way before in your country when you were preparing for the surgery? How did that happen?
Yes, that's a really good question as well. Initially, I think a lot of patients are like this as well. I just think centimeters. I just think I want as much centimeters as I can. I want to be as tall as I can. But kindly, yourself and the doctor let me know that proportion is really important. So when I was back in Canada, when we had our consultation over Zoom, you and the doctor shared with me, after seeing my proportions with the X-ray, that you should really strongly consider your proportions. So back in Canada, that's when I already decided or thought, yes, that would be really important, because with 2 as well, I can have more centimeters safely, and at the same time, it will look proportionate. So back in Canada, I was already thinking of it.
That's perfect. So when you decided that you would get 2 surgeries, I want to ask how many centimeters you received on each segment, and also which one did you start with, like femur or tibia first?
Yes, so for both the tibia and the femur, I started with tibia, and the tibia was 6 centimeters, and the femur was 6.5 centimeters, for a total of 12.5 centimeters, and that was recommended by the doctor to do it in this way.
Why tibia first?
Yes, so for me, because the femur was already disproportionately long, I thought, and also Dr. Yunus was thinking as well, I guess, with doing tibia first, I can kind of see it become more even, at least in the mirror, because you actually get to see it lengthen and taller every day. And also it felt safer, I guess, because with tibia, you can only do maybe up to like a little bit more than 6, maybe 7. Obviously you guys know more, but in my mind,
you know more since you experienced it yourself.
That's kind of you. Yes, so I thought maybe if I did tibia first, I can try to reach as much as I can to be safe. And then afterwards with femur, I have a lot of flexibility in terms of how many centimeters I can go. And I'm very thankful because of the team and everyone that I was able to reach 6, so that I have the freedom to just stop at 6.5, and that is good for me.
So you were basically able to observe yourself, like you're getting taller, your proportions, because this is one thing that most of the people who are searching for this surgery are asking about: proportions. How am I going to make sure that I will stay like normal? So you were able to look at yourself in the mirror, like see yourself, how everything looks, and consult with the team, I guess?
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's exactly right, yes. I think it was really helpful that with other people as well to see you, because I think when I look at the mirror myself, I'm self-conscious or I'm biased, like does this look proportionate, does this not? But with the team, they see so many patients, so they can kind of give you an idea as the process goes to let you know that looks good, or that, you know, we can work on this, or anything like that, or more centimeters, less, etc.
I have a good question. Which one was harder,
Oh.
femur or tibia?
That is a really, really good question, actually. Tibia in the beginning was more difficult simply because it was like my first surgery. It was the first surgery. In the beginning, it was more difficult as a new experience, but I can really strongly say femur is harder after, because having done tibia, and I hear this from a lot of patients as well, like other patients that have done it here, femur is quite difficult. Like it was more painful, but definitely manageable. Just more painful than tibia.
I see. You know, tibia is actually a bit more riskier than femur, because as you stated, it's already a bit difficult to reach 6-7 centimeters. So, and you haven't experienced any like ballerina syndrome, like knock on the wood,
Yes.
but any ballerina syndrome or like any nerve issues. So, what would you recommend to those who are like considering doing the tibia procedure but are scared of the complications that might arise, like nerve issues, ballerina syndrome, other things? What did you do to prevent them?
Yes, that's a really strong question. I was also one of the patients, I think, that was very, very fearful of complications even before coming, like messaging. I remember really asking that first, so I can really connect with those other patients who would be scared of those complications. And I think every patient would be different, but to put yourself in the best position to avoid that, at least for what I did, was really strongly leaning towards the team. So the team are very knowledgeable, including yourself obviously, and the medical team, to ask what should I be doing daily? Like what should I not just eat, but how shall I exercise? Obviously you guys support very well with the physio and with the nurse with the dressing change, and yourself with all the questions that checking in to say what do you need support for. So I would say listen to the staff. For myself, I really try to follow to the T, like to very, very close. If they say like jump, I'll say how high. Obviously not jump, I can't jump. But like, yeah, like basically saying I will do whatever they ask for. So in my case, to answer more detailed with ballerina syndrome or anything like that, I specifically asked letting the team know that I'm doing 2 surgeries. So in this case, what should I do specifically for that very common complication, which is ballerina? And they gave me, exercises to deal with that. And I think it helped a lot. As you know, as you shared, very, very, very thankful having done 2 surgeries. I did not have ballerina syndrome. I didn't have any nerve damage, and in some ways, to say it like that, I didn't have any major complications. I didn't have any complications. So
That's perfect.
yeah, very happy about that.
Before you decided that you wanted limb lengthening surgery, what was the main point in your life, that breaking point in your life that you were like, I'm going to have this surgery, I'm going to do this?
Yes, I actually wanted this surgery years ago. I think maybe when I kind of had an idea that I stopped growing. Like at this point, I'm not going to get any taller, and I want to be tall. I want to be taller. I've always saw that as a dream. So it's been many, many years. But I think the breaking point for me was when I realized it was possible. I think you know, with this company, with Want to Be Taller, seeing patients or like seeing online and hearing about that it's possible, the moment I saw that and realized that it was possible, quite recent actually. I think it only took maybe 2 years ago, because I had to, you know, collect my life together, make it possible to come to a different country. But the moment I knew it was possible, I'm doing it, because this is such a big dream and goal for me. So to answer that, 2 years ago, once I knew it was possible, there was nothing stopping me. Like, I am doing it. And here I am.
So that was before you, and you're going back home. What is going to change in your life? What is the first thing that you will be doing when you get home?
Oh, yes. To be honest, I feel like I'm a different person, like in some ways, in terms of just, I had a goal, I achieved it, and it's a goal that will be with me for the rest of my life. To be this new height changes everything for me, as I've been thinking about it for many years. Like, it doesn't go away. Like, the bone it's mine. Like, it grew and it's now with me. So I think what would change is everything. Like, I think with my interactions with others, the newfound confidence, a happiness that is with me, and also because of the process, I feel like I can do things more in some weird way, where like this was such a hard thing to do.
Confidence.
Yes, confident.
That's good. That's
Yes.
very good.
So you're coming from Canada, which is a very, very far away place. How did you handle, like, besides the procedure, how did you handle the time zones, different cultures, different everything? You're on your own. How did you handle that? Like, how did you manage this process on your own?
Yes, I think it was a big fear of mine. It just took a lot of courage, I guess, to come from another country by myself. And initially, when we did like an online consultation, I think it gave me a lot of comfort to know that I'm not really by myself. Like, to come here, there was a whole staff, there was a whole team, there was a whole company that takes care of a lot of fears, that including language, including where am I gonna stay, eat, and obviously the process, like you said, for the surgery. So to overcome it, I think knowing that there was a lot of support here, like solid, professional, strong support. So when I came, I didn't feel alone. I had, you know, people messaging me from the team, like a group chat. I never really felt alone. But yeah, so that's how I felt. I was able to overcome that coming from a different country. It was hard, but when I finally got here, all of that was like, oh, I'm okay. Like, I'm among people who care. Yes.
That's perfect.
Yes.
So when you first landed in the airport, I think this is one of the questions that we receive the most, like, what is going to happen? Because this is a place that they don't know, especially since this was your first time in Turkey, Istanbul. Like, who is going to pick me up? How am I going to get there? So can you just talk about how it was, like, when you first came here, and then the rest of the process?
Yes, so when I first, even before I came to Turkey, or even before I landed, a lot of this, which is great, from yourself and the team, outlined exactly what's going to happen, who's going to come help me. So before coming, I would send my flight details I sent my flight details to the team. And when I was flying over, because so many things could happen when you fly, so to keep them updated. Hey, I'm in the airport now. Hi, I'm just about to fly. Hi, now I'm boarding. And then when I'm boarding, they also have the flight details, meaning they have the flight number, so they knew exactly when I was going to land or if there are any delays. Which there was a delay, which is why it was perfect. They have that detail. So to answer your question, when I finally landed, there was already a companion who came and picked me up. So they messaged me right when I landed, or I let them know first, but they knew I landed because of the flight number. I let them know, hey, I'm here. I got my luggage. I am safely now in Istanbul. Yay. And they said, yep, the companion is here. So they picked me up and we had a very nice meal first because I just landed. And they showed me around Istanbul as a tour, following the surgery dates. So what was really nice about that is a strong introduction right when I landed to how things are going to be when I'm here as a patient. And afterwards, they brought me to my where I will be staying, which was the flat or the apartment.
People who are searching for the surgery, who are like trying to research as much as they can, they will be watching this video. And to those people who would like to say, like, what would you like to say? What would you like to advise to them before coming here, before choosing the right place, or like what they should do during their procedure?
Yes, I'm very excited for you guys. If you guys are considering this, I would say in terms of advice, firstly, everything you're thinking or dreaming, or at least for me, what I dreamed of, it really is one of those things where you'll be so happy. Like, you will not regret making the decision. I would say there are a lot of fears because it is a major surgery. It's a big process. It's a big surgery. There's a lot of fears. So my biggest advice is, with those fears and all of that, just really remember why you're doing it. Why am I going through all of this? And to know, from speaking from now someone who's finished it and done it, that it is worth it. It is very much worth it. Stick to it. So if you're considering it, please find a place, a company like myself that founding with Wanna Be Taller. I obviously doing this, I strongly recommend. A place that will support you, are super professional. Again, for me, having no complications and like tapered and all of that, you need to be a place with a strong support system. Obviously with the great doctor, Dr. Eunice, great Dr. Eunice, and having a strong physiotherapist with Mehmet, or nurse with Aishner, and everybody here, Jenan, like helping here with the patient consultant. It's really important you have a strong team. So for me, that would be my biggest suggestion. Just why are you doing it, and having a really strong team for where you're going. You will not regret it. I'm so happy with it, yeah.